Good day, traders. This is Rick with your futures trading coach. Aftermarket update for the live trading alert room. Today is Wednesday, August 13th, and I'm going to let you guys know what we did today. Today we had 1, 2, 3, 4 opportunities in the room, and I'm going to go through them real quickly for you here. First trade we had was at 8:33 Central Standard Time. The price was 19.38 quarter long. We got into this trade, took a point. I said go minus 1 point and see if we can get up any higher. One candle went by, 2 candles went by. After the second candle went by, I said, this is turning into what we call a ZL. I said you can either get out at entry on your remaining contracts and just lock in a point that you have there, or go minus 1 and hold it and see if it can get higher. The recommendation was to get out around here. Okay, so if anybody, it was a point. Anybody who did try to hold wouldn't have lost any money. It would have been a scratch. But because the ZL was there, really should have taken most off the table and locked in something. So basically, it was just a point. That was it. Market came down here, and at 8:51, when the 8:51 candle, this red candle closed here, I said that you can get short as low as 19.36. Better would be to wait one more candle and see if we can get it up higher around 675, 650, which was right here. Some people were in from 650, some people were in from 6/4, some people were in from as low as 6. Either way, everybody made profit. If those who waited the extra candle would have been in from a couple tick higher price, had the opportunity to get 2 points. That's the max you would have gotten. And what I said here was we had news coming out. So I said this is either going to continue on down and you're in a risk-free trade, or you go to entry and hope that it doesn't take you out, but you're not going to risk anything more than that. So +1, +2 points. Because of the news, we went to entry, and that's all you would have gotten. If you had a third batch of contracts, you would have been, you wouldn't have had anything on that, but you still certainly would have made a couple points. Said that there was potentially another opportunity to hit it again. However, there was still news there. I really wanted that news to die out. Once the market came down here, came back up, I said it was probably over. Above 1935.75, 1936, I said we were going to start looking for longs. We did have an opportunity to get long around 650 here, even as high as 675. Some people got it as low as 6/4 on these candles right here. I said let's get up and see if we can get into a risk-free situation. There was another, what we call a ZL, coming in, but I thought it looked like a weak ZL, and I really thought that they were going to take this market up to the high of the day and probably even higher. I was mentioning that 4 or 5 times right around this area. So we got in. We had to be cautious because of the ZL. So anybody who took this entry here, I said take 3 ticks, 4 ticks, depending on where you got in. Go minus 3 or 4 ticks, depending on what you took, and get into a risk-free trade. Anybody that did that never would have been taken out. I said, and let's see if they can get this thing up here and get above 8/4 and get to the high of the day. My target, which was up here the whole time, was first target was 42, which was this line. So some people didn't take this trade. When it came up here, I said above 8/4 opens up the door for higher, but the ZL was still there. Okay, I said after the 2 or 3 candles of that, and they were still hanging around here, I said if you want to get in, you can get in. We were prepared to add if it came back because we knew what was going on here with the price action, what the market was doing. I said I don't care. This thing's going up to the top. It's willing to take it. It's worth taking a shot, and that's exactly what it did. Okay, when we know what they did here, we talked about it in the room. Took it up to 42. Next target was up here at 45.50. Once this kind of happened here and they dingled around here, the room closed right here anyway, so everybody would have been out of the trade. There's a good possibility they still take it up and hit these targets later in the afternoon. But after this move down here from 34, and given the fact that it was going into lunch, it was probably due for a little bit of a breather. So depending on which entry that you took here, a good 6-7 points in the trade, and a beautiful way to end the day. So we're going to come back and we're going to do it again tomorrow. Until then, guys, happy trading.